Nation. Welcome to episode 21 of the Steeler Culture Podcast presented by SeatGeek.com. Shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's episode podcast. You know, we're just going to get right into it, man. Kenny Pickett has been saved. Any worry you have of depth or Kenny Pickett getting hurt, I don't think that's much of a worry anymore. Because not only did the Steelers trade away Kevin Dotson a couple days ago for a 2024 fourth and a 2025 fifth, while trading a 2025 fifth and a 2024 fifth and 2025 sixth.
Yes.
They traded Kendrick Green today to the Houston Texans for a 2025 sixth-round pick. So one of the picks we traded away in the Kevin Dotson trade, we just gained back off of Kendrick Green. So King Khan does it again. Omar Khan just finds a way to just continue stashing the picks and making just
the impossible,
happen.
very possible. You know, Kenny Pickett is officially saved from doom and gloom from Kendrick Green.
As is a lot of Steelers Nation, to be real with you. Let's be real. There was no one that truly believed or truly thought he should have made the 53. No one. And if
Zero.
you were, you're not serious. You can't say that. I can't even talk about it with a straight face. Truthfully, Kendrick Green will go down as one of the worst Steelers draft picks of all time. And probably, I mean, in my personal opinion, only because, you know, in my own unfortunate viewing, he is the worst Steelers draft pick I have witnessed.
And you're saying that over a Jarvis Jones, over an Artie Burns,
Over a Devin Bush. He was that bad.
That is saying a
That
lot.
bad. And
That
yes,
is saying a lot.
Over some first-round picks. Because obviously we drafted this guy to replace Pouncey. He was going to be
Or he was planning. The Steelers were planning to have this guy be the future heir at center to replace Pouncey. They even gave him his number 53.
Yeah, and I cannot look at that number the same.
It just never worked out. It was never going to work out for the Steelers, and it was never going to work out for Kendrick Green. It was just a failure on both parties.
And as you guys know, who do we pass on to draft Kendrick Green? Arguably the best center in the NFL. It is truthfully one of the biggest blunders in Steelers history.
Yeah.
It really is. It will always go down as that, unfortunately. But honestly, man, all joking aside,
I mean, I do wish the best safety for C.J. Stroud. I just had to get one more out there. I'm sorry, but yes, all joking.
Well, the reason why you say that is because there's a reason why the Texans made the trade for Kendrick Green, because their first rounder last year, guard Kenyon Green, was placed on IR today. He's out for the season, which means I don't know who else the Texans have at guard, but that means come week 4, Kendrick Green will be starting. The Texans
could be starting,
going up against one of the most stacked defensive line corps in the NFL, and possibly Cam Hayward. So yeah, we all wish the best of luck to Kendrick, or not. Yeah, we wish Kendrick Green the best of luck, but all safety towards C.J. Stroud and his rookie season. But yeah, truthfully, all joking aside, we do wish Kendrick Green the best. All we wished for was the best for Kendrick Green.
By God, we wanted this guy to be seen at fullback, considering what we heard about him in training camp when he was put at fullback.
Yeah.
And we never saw any glimpse of that in preseason. I don't know why the Steelers never tried at least one rep.
They never tried it in the preseason. It was all just a camp excitement.
We even said it. Him at fullback was literally his last chance. And I firmly believe that Green was going to do everything in his power to make sure that it was going to work. Because I do believe Green is a hell of a freaking worker. I'm not down that one bit. The guy can work. The guy is a worker. He may not be exactly shown on the field per se, but I can tell he's a hard worker.
Yeah.
But the Steelers never experimented the fullback thing in preseason from training camp. So
and yes, Kendrick Green sucks. He sucks. He is terrible. He is one of the worst offensive linemen in the entire NFL.
Yeah.
Truthfully.
Yeah.
Okay, we're being brutally honest here. He sucks. I don't know what to tell. Omar Khan is the only motherfucker out there, swear jar, that can find any value out of Kendrick Green. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he does it. This might be a bigger steal than what we got out of Chase Claypool.
Even if it is a 2025 sixth-rounder, the fact that he got more than a seventh-rounder is a freaking win.
The fact that he got more than a bag of chips, truthfully, is insane, right? But no, the Steelers.
You could arguably say, and I'm being dead serious about this, you could arguably say he got a better trade than the Cardinals got when they traded away Isaiah Simmons for a 7th rounder.
Yeah, we got more out of Kendrick Green than the Cardinals did out of Isaiah Simmons.
Arguably.
That is insane, man. Shout out to Omar Khan for getting any sort of value out of Kendrick Green. But yes, truthfully, the Steelers failed Kendrick Green at the same time. He didn't do us favors, but the Steelers, most importantly, didn't do him any favors. They forced him. They rushed him into an impossible situation. Let's be real here, okay? Make all the jokes you want about Kendrick Green and how terrible he is and this and that, right? The Steelers messed up big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
They didn't have anybody to compete with Kendrick Green. They just had the man drafted to be the automatic starter.
He
competed with nobody.
They drafted an undersized guard to put him at center at the next level to replace a future Hall of Famer. Immediately. Day one. No competition like you stated.
No. If I remember correctly, I think his only competition was
Hasenor.
And he was just coming out of the AAF.
And he was immediately forced into that role, especially with and Ben's last year. It was a ton of weight on his shoulders. So the Steelers did Kendrick Green no favors, and they have they only have themselves to blame for that. That was their fault. That was their doing, and it just didn't work out.
No, for both parties.
That's why Kendrick Green's tender in Pittsburgh finally comes to an end, thankfully for both sides. I think Kendrick Green could use a new change of scenery, and maybe this is what he needs. I don't know what he's going to do with the Texans. I don't know if he's even going to start. He was in every game inactive last year, which was already the writing on the wall. The Steelers finally cut the cord with this guy. But the fact that they got any value out of him is miraculous. So shout out to Omar Khan. Shout out to King Khan for doing the impossible once again. So only King Khan can do this, truthfully.
Yep.
But genuinely, good luck to Kendrick Green. Seriously. To him and Kevin Dotson. But that shows you, man, the Steelers traded away 2 former full-season starters at guard and center. 2 mid-round selections that were unproven and clearly was the reason why we continued to address offensive line going into this past offseason.
Yeah.
And it shows you already, Omar Khan is setting a new tone, is setting a great change of scenery in the O-line. He's improved it drastically via the additions he's made this offseason and via the draft as well. But he's cutting ties with the past and our past failures of relying on mid-round unproven depth, relying on history, right?
Yeah.
Rather than doing what Khan has been doing, which is doing what you need to do in today's NFL, which is go in, be aggressive, open your wallet, and grab some big-name free agents to fix your line, as well as get aggressive in the draft.
Yeah.
That is how you improve the line in today's NFL. Look at the Chiefs for example. Big time, right? That's how you do it. And the Steelers are doing it, and shout out to Khan for doing that. But he's already getting rid of our past mistakes, and he's getting very good value out of it. So shout out to Omar Khan for that.
Yeah, Khan's letting go of the dead weight. He's proven to everybody, listen, you may have been here for a while, you may have started before, but you are not safe here.
No one's job is safe. And I think that still remains the same even after the initial 53, which obviously that happened today. Kendrick Green was not part of the final cuts, but he was part of a move that would later translate to the final cuts. But at the same time, I don't want to say final cuts because it can't exactly be the final cuts because we could still see extra moves happening.
Yeah.
We could see a couple releases here and there to fill extra roster spots, or we could see someone get released to bring in a free agent or this and that, right? You know, there's still going to be a ton of moves that the Steelers are going to make when it comes to the 53-man roster. The initial 53, is not the final 53. So when we look at this initial 53, there's a lot of questions, but I think Khan and the Steelers are going to give us a lot of answers very shortly. And seeing what free agents are already out there and seeing what teams' needs could be, you know, I'm expecting the Steelers to still remain busy throughout the week.
Yeah, of course.
So Kendrick Green was traded to the Texans for a 6th-round pick. Shout out to Khan for doing that. And we're going to talk about the 53-man roster, the initial 53. But first, I want to talk about the cuts because obviously that's important. And there were some shocking ones.
Yeah.
Some that definitely shocked us. And some guys that we had in our 53-man roster prediction that didn't make it. So out of the guys that were cut, probably the biggest name or biggest surprise was tight end Zach Gentry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was cut. I thought they were going to go 4 tight ends. I thought they were going to go very tight end heavy, but they cut the former 4th round or 5th rounder.
Yeah, 5th rounder. Yeah.
Which is a little upsetting. Now, he could still come back because we do have 2 punters on the initial 53. We'll get into that later. But that could lead to potentially Gentry coming back. Maybe one of the punters gets traded, hopefully, and we bring in Gentry back to fill that roster spot.
It's very possible.
Or could the same be said about like a Brandon Fihoku who was cut? We thought he was going to make the 53.
Yeah.
He did not. So could they circle back due to extra moves happening after the initial 53? Very possible.
Yeah.
It's very possible. If not, then I can see them being stashed on the practice squad. Gentry, I think, is going to find a home soon because he's experienced. He's a big body. Teams will adore that. He's a solid blocker.
Yeah.
So I think the Steelers are going to try their best to keep him around somehow, but it's surprising he was part of the cuts.
Yeah. I really thought that they were going to keep 4 tight ends. I thought they were going to go very heavy with very tight end heavy this year.
Yeah,
it just something about it just it seemed like they were going to be doing something like that and only keep 5 receivers, sure.
Yeah.
But with the amount of targets that they got and the versatility that they have, even at the tight end position with Muth and Hayward, I thought it would have been. At least for this year, it would have been all right to keep 4 tight ends and then only 5 wide receivers because of the targets and the versatility that we had.
That did not happen.
No, it didn't.
The Steelers kept their tradition, which is 3 tight ends and 6 receivers.
But even then, keeping a 6th receiver, that's still not a negative.
No.
And we can't hate on that one bit.
No, but that could change. So Gentry was cut, Brandon Fihoku was cut, and so was Trey Norwood. That
wasn't a shocker.
No. In addition to the team releasing, they released cornerback Luke Barco, running back Greg and not Le'Veon Bell, receiver Jordan Byrd, receiver Dez Fitzpatrick, linebacker Nick Kwiatkowski, defensive lineman Jonathan Marshall, offensive lineman Ryan McCollum, linebacker David Pearls, linebacker Quincy Roche, defensive back Trenton Thompson, who I think will circle back to the practice squad. I really like what I saw in preseason. I think they all did. Running back Xavier Valade, cornerback Chris Wilcox, and tight end Rodney Williams. That's another guy that could circle back to the practice squad. No practice squad spots have been filled in yet. That should be announced in the coming days as well. Now, that was just today's cuts. Yesterday, they made a couple extra cuts just to lessen the roster.
Yeah, so, thinning out even more,
Along with those cuts, yesterday they cut LaRaven Clark, Dan Shania, receiver Aaron Cruikshank, guard William Dunkel, running back Darius Higgins, and quarterback Tanner Morgan. That's all for the offense side of the ball. For the defense, they cut defensive back Neville Clark, linebacker Kwani Dang, safety Jalen Elliott, defensive back Madri Harper, cornerback Levert Hill, defensive...
Take your time.
Sorry. Defensive lineman Manny Jones, linebacker Tanner Muse, who we had in our initial 53, did not make the roster. No. Linebacker Toby Ndukwe, defensive lineman James
Nyamwaya,
thank you. Linebacker Forrest Ryan, and safety Kenny Robinson, who had the most picks in training camp.
Yeah.
He's probably a guy that will definitely circle back.
Yeah, I see a lot of these guys definitely circling back and making the practice squad for sure. A lot of these names is just some speaks like something about them is just like the Steelers are just not going to let them walk.
Yeah, I mean, out of all these cuts,
if they're offered and if they want to take that offer, of course.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I mean, out of all these cuts, Gentry, Fihoku could circle back. Norwood could hit the practice squad. I think one of our receivers could hit the practice squad. Maybe a Jordan Byrd.
And I can see Des Fitzpatrick definitely making it because even some of the preseason snaps and special teams, he looked real good. Probably even just as good as Miles Boyd.
You know who I want to see make the practice squad as a receiver? Aaron Cruikshank.
Yes.
Because
I agree.
In his only preseason game with the Steelers, right, he had 2 or 3 deep shots thrown by Mason. He showed that deep threat ability, but none of them were on the money. They were all overthrown. So I think the Steelers are going to try to, work with that.
Yeah.
So he's someone that could circle back to the practice squad. Same thing like Ryan McCollum. He kind of gives me J.C. Hasenauer vibes, where he'll be like an in-house growth.
Or even what was his name? B.J. Finney. Remember him?
Finney. Yep, absolutely. Yeah. Maybe Quincy Roche circles back to the practice squad. Trenton Thompson, I would love to have back there. Rodney Williams, Xavier Valade, guys like that.
Maybe even Nick Kwiatkowski, because I do find it interesting that the Steelers only keep 4 inside linebackers.
They do. So they cut Muse and Kwiatkowski, leaving only the obvious 4 linebackers.
Now, again, circling back to the 2 punters, if one of them either gets traded or cut, if it's not tight end. If it's not defensive line, it could be linebacker.
Yeah.
That they potentially want to fill back in, just to
I could see it because
experiment.
They need that special teams ace at the inside linebacker position. Now, they have enough special teams guys. In fact, they cut a linebacker to keep Miles Boykin. So there's your special teams ace, along with Miles Killebrew.
Yeah.
Along with a guy like Connor Hayward. You know what I mean? So they have their special teams pieces. James Pierce is a good special teams guy, right?
Elijah Riley, of course.
Elijah Riley. But at the same time, are some of those jobs safe? And I say that because there are a couple free agents out there that I would love to still throw some flyers at and bring in for visits. We'll talk about that after we get into the initial 53. This is the initial 53 the Steelers have confirmed, but again, it's not final. More moves should be expected. Quarterbacks, Kenny Pickett, Mason Rudolph, Mitch Trubisky.
No surprise.
Same thing with running back. Najee Harris, Anthony McFarland, Jalen Warren. Wide receivers, they kept 6 receivers. We thought they'd only keep 5, but they keep 6. Calvin Austin, Miles Boykin, Deontay Johnson, Gunnar Olszewski, George Pickens, and Allen Robinson. Compared to previous years, it's a pretty solid receiving corps.
That's very good. That's very good.
Now, I know after Austin, we have no receiving depth. We have no
credible
dependability
ones. No.
offensively, but nonetheless, you got your special teams guys there. Tight ends, Pat Freiermuth, Darnell Washington, and Connor Hayward, who's also listed as a fullback.
No surprise there.
Offensive linemen, Spencer Anderson, Mason Cole,
Baby.
Dylan Cook, James Daniels. Dylan Cook makes it. You love to see it. You love to see it, man.
What a story for him, too.
Yeah, because he came in and he took the number 2 reps over LaRaven Clark, a veteran, a swing guy.
Yeah.
And here he is making the 53 as a backup tackle. I don't know if that's going to remain, but I think it will.
No, I think it will, too, yeah.
I think he should.
He definitely showed growth. He showed some dependability as a depth piece. He looked real good in the reps that we've seen.
Yeah,
he's definitely deserving of that spot. And we need more tackle depth, too.
Totally. So shout out to Dylan Cook. James Daniels, Nate Herbig, Broderick Jones, Dan Moore, Chuks Corfort, and Isaiah Sayamalu. There's your offensive line. No Kendrick Green, no Kevin Dotson.
But 9 linemen right there.
9 linemen.
Loading the Kenny Pickett fence.
And I'll tell you what, bro, that depth is so dependable compared to previous years.
Yeah.
So dependable. Shout out to Steelers for revamping that. Shout out to Khan and everyone in the front office.
Big time.
Tomlin, all of them, right? On to the defense, defensive line. Montravius Adams makes it. Keanu Benton, Cam Hayward, DeMarvin Leal, Isaiah Loudermilk, Larry Ogunjobi, and Armand Watts. So, Watts and Adams have a lot of starting experience, so there's no surprise that they made it.
Yeah.
We thought maybe they'd keep Fioku, but they didn't. Again, he could circle back. Who they'd cut, it could be someone on either side of the line, could be a receiver, could be a punter to bring him back in. But that's a stacked defensive line core. So when I look at it, when I think about that, I don't know if he will circle back. He just might be stats on the practice squad.
It might be.
As an insurance guy.
So that's the thing, when it comes to the amount of talent that you have there. You're going to make sacrifices and hard decisions, Even when you have all this great depth and talent, you're still going to make a tough decision.
Exactly.
And it is what it is, it's a business.
The Steelers couldn't pass on the starting experience from Adams and Watts to keep Fioku. Fioku is he's a double-team guy. He's a guy that can take on double teams and easily eat up linemen, but unfortunately, the starting experience kind of just won over that factor.
Yeah.
Linebackers, they only keep 8 linebackers. 4 edge, 4 inside. Quan Alexander, Marcus Golden, Nick Herbig, Alex Highsmith, Cole Holcomb, Atlanta Roberts, Mark Robinson, and of course, T.J. Watt.
Yeah. T.J. Watt, yeah. Only 8 linebackers in total.
Only 8, which is not the first time the Steelers have done that, but it's a very good 8 linebackers.
Yeah.
So much
looking at it,
experience.
it's very thin when it comes to only 4 inside and 4 outside because you know how they like to buff up the linebacker core a lot. But, a lot of these guys are just dependable.
And they're all going to keep each other fresh.
Yes, they are.
Dude, that linebacker group is so stacked.
The rotations and everything like that, they could really mix it up a little bit. Get one guy in there with the other guy and vice versa.
And the amount of experience and leadership added to that room along with the elites, it's astonishing. So what a revamping there, right? Defensive backs, Minka Fitzpatrick, DeMonte Casey, Miles Killebrew, Keanu Neal, Patrick Peterson, James Pearce, Joey Porter Jr., Elijah Riley, Shannon Sullivan, and Levi Wallace. So no surprise there.
No.
Everyone could have predicted that. Special teams, Chris Boswell as the kicker. Punter, Presley Harvin III, and Brandon Mann. And, of course, the long snapper is Chris Coons. But 2 punters. That's a first.
Yeah, now, I want to stop you right there because I do have a tweet from Jerry Dulick, who is the Steelers Inside reporter, and he tweeted out. Now, this very well could be nothing. It could very well just be his opinion, but I do find this tweet to be a little interesting. He said that the Steelers keep 2 punters on the 53-man roster, Brandon Mann and Presley Harvin III, but all that means is one will be released when the Steelers sign a player at another position from the waiver wire. And I severely doubt it will be Harvin.
Yeah, I think we all anticipate if any move's going to happen to punter, it's going to be to Mann. Brandon Mann's going to be the odd man out here.
Yeah.
Could be wrong there, but I would have to agree with Dolick on that statement. But,
no, Harvin showed more consistency and just, more booming punts.
But he suggested that the reason they keep 2 punters is so that they can make a sacrifice to the 53 while adding a potential veteran or bringing someone back that they cut for the 53. Or what all of us are anticipating, and it could happen. I mean, we're seeing some kickers being traded, right? We got the impossible out of Kendrick Green and Kevin Dotson, right?
Yeah.
Omar Khan could absolutely trade one of his punters, preferably Brandon Mann.
Yeah.
And the Eagles, for some reason, cut their punter, meaning they have no punters on their roster. Now, they could just sign somebody, but at the same time, you got the Andy Waddle connection.
There you do.
Hey, Howie, how you doing? It's been a while. You want Brandon Mann? You need a punter? Give us a 7th. Why not? We need to stack up on day 3 picks because we traded those to get extra picks from the Rams. Why not? I think that's what we're anticipating. I think we're anticipating the Steelers to trade one of their punters. But with that, it could be for a player, although I doubt that. Punters don't have that much value.
No.
But nonetheless, when we trade or cut or whatever we do to one of the punters, because we're not keeping 2 punters all year. We all know that. Whatever we do to one of the punters, probably Brandon Mann, that's going to open a spot on the 53. And that could be for Gentry. That could be for Fihoku. That could be for someone else we cut. Or that could be for some free agent signing because there have been some cuts that kind of intrigue us personally. And I've seen you guys already posting in the chat. There are some guys that we could definitely bring in to improve some depth issues.
Yeah.
Specifically at cornerback.
Yeah, because...
There's 2 guys that come to mind immediately because after we lost Cam Sutton, we lost that versatility. We lost that in and out versatility. We lost that dependability there.
Yeah.
We don't have that. We have that in Patrick Peterson, but
he's going to be the starter full time.
Yeah, how often are we going to use that of Patrick Peterson? We don't have that in and out versatility. We don't have that in and out dependability.
Or we don't have that
corner.
We don't have that extra guy. And James Pierce solely an outside cornerback depth piece, but even he did not look that impressive in preseason. I think the only reason why he made the team is because we have no outside cornerback depth.
Yes. And I think we all agree he was not impressive in preseason. Not at all. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers were to try to cut or trade Pierre at the same time. Again, no one is safe. Omar Khan has already made that known. Pierre's been here a while. He started a couple games, but no one's job is safe.
No, but you mentioned 2 guys, right?
Yes, and obviously the chat's already saying Desmond King,
who I am all for in picking up. I remember scouting him when he was coming out of Iowa the same year as T.J. Watt.
Yeah.
Everyone's
there
saying...
were talks, man, should we draft Desmond King or should we draft T.J. Watt?
Well, Watt was obviously the better... Clearly better option, but Desmond King is still a very solid player. He's been tossed around here and there. He was a Charger. I think he was a Titan at one point, and he's been with the Texans for the past 2 years.
And I believe the Steelers had big interest in him during that draft season.
Yeah, and he was big coming out of Iowa. He was a slot corner. He played outside as well with a ball hawk ability.
Yep.
Very good blitzer as well. Reliable tackler.
And one thing I've noticed about him, and you can look up his game stats. He is incredibly healthy. I don't think he's missed 1 game in his entire career. I could be wrong on that, but if he has, it's been very little.
Yeah.
He's always been very dependable, very healthy at his position, which is very important, actually. And even though, yes, he's 28, he'll be 29 come December, right? I think Desmond King will be a phenomenal addition to the cornerback position.
Yeah,
we need that depth. We need that in and out versatility.
Yeah.
Imagine we could use him in sub packages or dime packages, right?
Yeah, because I remember when we had Hill and Sutton together for the nickel corner position, and just the way that we split reps with them and used them, and even some way to get them both on the field. It was just so dependable and reliable. I remember that duo. It was so good at the nickel corner position.
Yeah.
So dependable.
And he did well for the Texans last 2 years. He started a bunch of games. I mean, he remained healthy. He was always one of those guys. in the secondary to make a play for the Texans, as he did for the Chargers, and I think it was with the Titans temporarily.
Yeah.
So I'd really like to bring him in. I think there's some interest from the Steelers based on their history from the draft season, and I think we need it. I think we need that experience. We need that dependability. We need that versatility. We need that depth value.
And just add more ball hawking ability at the same time.
Absolutely.
Why the hell not?
And I think that would just keep everyone else fresh. That way, Casey or Neal, they don't always have to be that sub or dime package linebacker. Or even a Quan Alexander. He doesn't have to play that all the time.
Exactly.
King can do the same thing.
In the nickel corner position, obviously, Sullivan and Riley are going to be seeing some split reps there. But if you were to bring in King, you have all 3 split reps right there.
But I'll even throw out another name. He was cut by the Saints. Bradley Roby.
Yeah.
Former first rounder for the Texans.
The
Broncos. He left the Broncos to go to the Texans. And that was the year we almost signed him, actually. 2019.
I remember that.
When Bradley Roby was a free agent in 2019, the Steelers had tremendous interest, and they were very close in coming to a deal with Bradley Roby, except he decided to choose Houston over us. And thus the Steelers signed Steven Nelson, which wasn't entirely a bad signing whatsoever.
No.
He did pretty solid his first couple years here. He wasn't here long. But the Steelers obviously have that history there. They have that former interest.
Yeah.
And I think, again, corner is a necessity. We need some extra depth. We need a little bit more dependability in that factor.
Yeah.
I'm not in all of falling in faith of James Pierre no more.
No, of course not.
I'm not. I used to be, but after preseason, not so much. But again, very similar to Desmond King, Bradley Roby has that in and out versatility.
Yeah.
His first couple years in Denver, he was the slot guy. Did very well. Right? He played the slot role for that great Broncos defense when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they did.
He played the slot role. While they had, I think it was Aqib Talib and Chris Harris outside.
Yeah.
He played the slot role. And then obviously when he went to Houston, he was playing the outside piece, but still playing slot in certain packages. So he could have a very similar role here. So when it comes to potential after 53 signings for the Steelers, those are 2 that come to mind immediately because we do need that at corner. We need that on the defense.
Yeah.
I think that would be tremendous.
Yeah, he's another guy that I wouldn't mind either. Now, he is on the older side for corners. He's like 30 years old at the moment, but, he's still got some left in the tank. He wouldn't obviously be a full-time starter, just like we talked about with Desmond King. You get him in split reps, rotations, and everything like that.
Right.
Keep him healthy at the same time because I think Roby, even for him, I think he's had some injury history lately. But if you were to get him in split reps and rotations, you keep everybody healthy in that way.
Absolutely. So I think those are 2 names that the Steelers could definitely try to call in or bring in for visits or just to keep an eye on because there's some previous interest there, and I think they are looking to improve the cornerback situation. And I think they're always looking to try to improve the defense. They're always trying to add extra flexibility and versatility to that core, right? They're always trying to add new bodies to their dime and sub packages.
Yep.
So why not? I think it's tremendous. I think Terrell Austin could have fun with that. So those are 2 guys right there. Someone said, who said in the chat? Jonathan Stevens said, I would claim Darius Rush and sign Desmond King. Wait, Darius Rush got cut?
What?
The guy from, what was South Carolina?
Yeah, was that it? Hold on. Was he drafted?
I think he was.
Colts rookie 5th-round corner, surprise cut for final 53. Yeah.
They cut their 5th round. Why?
Really?
If they want to put a waiver claim on and bring him for the practice squad, absolutely.
They absolutely could, yeah.
Absolutely. He was one of those guys that went under the radar in a very stacked corner class, so
6'2",
why not?
198, ran a 4.36.
Yeah.
35 vertical, yeah. I mean...
He was always solid, man. His tape was solid, so if they want to put in a waiver claim for a practice squad spot, absolutely.
Damn, I did not know he got cut. Wow.
I wonder how many waiver claims the Steelers are going to put out. It depends where they're placed.
I did see the order later today. I believe they are number 17.
17. It's not a terrible spot.
So I think they're 17.
They have to get through some, obviously, a lot more needy teams, but
yeah,
honestly,
of course.
It's not a terrible spot. Jesse James got released. I didn't know he was still playing. I didn't know Double J was still playing.
I think he was with the Saints. Yeah, the Saints cut him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesse James is out there, folks.
Yeah. Package the Dotson Green draft picks for upper tier corner. I mean, they could. They could try to do that. They do have an extra 4th and an extra 5th for the next 2 drafts, so maybe he does that. With all these picks that's racking up, maybe a package is brewing for Khan. Maybe. Who knows, man? We don't know.
You never really know what Khan's cooking up.
No.
You never really know.
You just sense something's happening, but you truly don't know. He could be doing that. He could be taking the 6th we got for Kendrick Green, the 4th and the 5th we got for Dotson, and he could make a potential move. He could use some of these picks to get extra depth for after the 53.
Yeah.
Who knows, man? Anything is possible. And with that factor, I'm keeping a close eye on to see what the Steelers are going to do after this, because obviously they're going to put in some waiver claims. I'm anticipating some guys they're going to want to bring in, and what they're going to do with Brandon Mann most likely, because I doubt he's going to be the punter. He's probably the odd man out there, right? I think we all agree on that. So who knows, man? Who knows? All I know is that moves aren't done. The Steelers aren't done. The Steelers are always going to remain busy. More moves are coming. I don't know where, I don't know when, but moves are going to be coming. Trade man for 7th, bring back Muse, cut Pierce, sign King. Sounds like a plan, says Jonathan Stevens. I couldn't agree more.
They could do that.
I think that is phenomenal.
They could do that.
I think that is just perfect.
Gain capital, get a special teams guy at inside, get rid of Pierre, and get more dependable depth right there. Boom.
I just don't think Pierre is safe. I mean, no one is outside of some of the obvious. But
no, like
Pierre is not safe.
No, I sense that the Steelers are not comfortable, nor should they be with the cornerback.
It's like when they had Kevin Dotson and Kendrick Green. They just have to live with it. Like, well, we got these guys. We're fucked. But here you go.
That was last year, though. That was last year where they had to live with it.
Yeah. Well, the last 2 years too.
Yeah. Well, no longer.
They had no choice
but no longer. So this year, I mean, they could do that, sure, but some tells me that they're not satisfied. Khan's not satisfied. He's going to make a move.
He shouldn't be. I know I'm not satisfied.
No. I mean, there's these freaking players out there. Why would you not at least, contact them? Say, bring them, hey, we're interested in you. You want to come in for a visit?
Yeah.
Give it a try.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, like we mentioned, like you guys mentioned in the chat, like Desmond King, like a Bradley Roby. I think those would be much improvements over a James Pierre. And not just from versatility, just from play, just from experience.
Yeah.
That's one thing that they definitely have over him, is that experience. The Steelers, man, if you haven't noticed in the offseason, they've brought in so much starting experience. And I mean a lot.
Big time.
A lot, especially from our depth pieces. And they've kept most of their depth pieces based on starting experience. In fact, if I can find, because I tweeted about it on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it.
Twitter.
I got to find it. I forget where it was. One second, folks. Let's see if I can pop it up.
Do you think?
Yep, found it.
Oh, you found it? All right.
So I go ahead and read.
No, because CM Punk, that's kind of funny right now.
CM Punk! Okay, I'm done.
Yeah. Anyway, do you think Aaron Donald trade could still happen, or do you think we're satisfied with our defense?
I never believed the Aaron Donald trade talks. I don't know where that came about.
No.
There was never no credibility to it. So, no, I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't think it's necessary. We drafted Keanu Ben in the 2nd round.
Yeah.
So why would we trade God knows what for Aaron Donald?
Yeah.
And the guy's considering retirement in just a few years. He did after he won the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
So his time's kind of coming up.
He's giving off like almost like Patrick Willis vibes, where he's still in his prime but he retires out of nowhere. That's kind of vibes I'm getting with Aaron Donald. Like, yeah, he can still play, but does he?
Kind of like, remember Luke Kuechly,
obviously had injury issues, but yeah,
that was a big reason. But yeah, the guy barely even hit 30, and he just called it a career, and rightfully so. Health always comes first. Health is always important, and that's probably what Aaron Donald's thinking of.
Exactly. So I never believed the Aaron Donald talks. In fact, I agree with you. I wouldn't be surprised if he's retired by a year or two from now. And that'd be good for him.
Because I think it was last year they did a restructure of a contract. I think it was for like 3 more years, but 1 year's done.
Yeah.
So he's got 2 more left. He may be just running out his contract, and then, one of the greatest of all time's done.
And seeing where the Rams are heading.
Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? And Aaron Donald doesn't come off as a guy that wants to go to a different team. He's one of those rare players that wants to be with a team, one team his whole career, and that's it.
Well, he got his ring.
He got his ring.
He was the man that made the play. He stuck with the team when they had Jeff Fisher to start his career.
Oh my God.
He stuck by the team through thick and thin, just like Larry Fitzgerald did all those freaking years.
Exactly.
And Aaron Donald, through fucking hellfire and brimstone, got a Super Bowl because of his dedication.
Absolutely. Trying to get the swear jar here.
Anyway, you got the tweet?
Yeah, give me a minute. Let me get the swear jar here.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see what the chat's saying.
You know, even when we cuss, we do it for a good cause.
Yeah, right. Jay's Life says it's Gio. Is that the Gio I think it is? Remember our old supervisor?
Yeah, Gio.
Shout out to Gio,
hold
man.
up.
How you doing, bro?
How you been?
It's been a minute, bro. How you been, man? You and your brother. Hope you guys are doing well, man. Shout out to you guys. That's awesome.
Yeah, I remember them. Wow.
Good to see you in the chat, man. Good to see you in the chat. I could see us trading for a defensive lineman because I think we can definitely make it better. We can always make it better. Who would that be, though? That's the problem.
Should they just simply trade man and bring back Fihoku and just add another body there? Because I think they have 7 at the moment. Do they bring 8?
What, lineman? Defensive lineman?
D-line, yeah. Do they just overload
I thought they already had 8.
No, 7.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're right. 7. My
7,
fault.
yeah. Yeah, they normally like to keep 7 or 8. So.
Well, maybe that's their plan. Maybe they want to get a pick out of Brendan Mann and then bring in Fihoku back.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the case. But I don't know. Regardless, I mean, they're gonna want. There's a reason they kept Watts and Adams over Fihoku, and I think most of that has to do with the starting experience because you see a trend all off season. They brought in guys with a ton of starting experience. They've done that the last 2 years. They did that with Cole. They did that with Daniels. They did it this year with Sayamalu and Nate Herbig, right? I mean, with a lot of our depth, they brought in Patrick Peterson, for example. I mean, that is a Kwan Alexander, Landon Roberts, Cole Hulk. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. The guys that they brought in this year, the biggest. I would suppose the biggest factor of everything is their starting experience. Patrick Pearson, 184 starts. Isaac Sayamalu, 60 starts. Cole Holcomb, 48 starts. Landon Roberts, 76 starts. Nate Herbig, 28 starts. Keanu Neal, 61 starts. Marcus Golden, 68 starts. Quan Alexander, 86 starts. Armon Watts, 22 starts. LaRaven Clark had 18 starts. He's not with the team, but Chandon Sullivan, 31 starts. And he made the roster. He'll be the backup slot option.
Yeah.
Because I think Elijah Riley won that one. At least I think so.
A lot of starting experience. Like the difference is crazy.
Yeah, dude. Shout out to Toasty with the 199. So that's his first super chat. Appreciate you, Toasty.
Hey, thank you.
Appreciate all you guys, man. But yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of starting experience that they brought in, and I think most of that is represented in the initial 53. And that's why we say they could bring in some other free agents to continue to improve positions. I mean, just because they have the 53 doesn't mean, hey, we're done. We're done until next year. Come on, boys, let's go.
No, of course not.
No, they're always trying to improve. That's what that's the tone he has set is, well, he said a lot, but he said that he's always trying to better the team. Always.
Yeah.
And he set that immediately. So all we can do is the next couple of days is just continue to sit patiently and see what other moves they're going to do. I mean, if they bring in a Desmond King or a Bradley Roby, that'll be phenomenal.
Big time.
That would just boost his defense even more. If they get anything out of Brandon Mann, I think that's a dub. If they bring back a Gentry or a Fihoku or a Muse, that's a dub in itself. No matter what they do going forward, I think it's going to be a dub. It's going to be good. It's going to be good for this team.
Yeah, Khan has done more in 2 years, more than enough for us to have faith in King Khan.
Exactly.
The Khan artist, the Khan man, the great Khan-E.
King Khan, like we
whatever,
So
the man of many nicknames.
Many nicknames, but the man that is definitely
the GOAT, that's what he is.
Might as well be, bro. Might as well be. Yeah, see, there's Gentry on Instagram saying going to miss you 81. Yeah, what do they call it? The grilling and chilling thing they had on
Steelers. Frying me with, they had that buddy connection, man.
Yeah.
Like, it was very entertaining, especially when the Steelers would get a W.
Yep.
and it would like
Gentry would
in the
take a
locker
picture.
room, like it would just be a simple dub.
Yeah.
Or the letter W, whatever
Yeah,
it was.
on IG. That was their thing, man. I don't know. A part of me thinks Gentry's gonna be back.
I don't know. I would suspect he's a guy that would get a lot of interest because of his size, the development that he underwent. Because, seeing how raw he was when he first came in. Because keep in mind, at Michigan he was a quarterback initially until Jim Harbaugh, switched him to tight end because he saw him as better as a tight end than a quarterback. He was still developing when he was drafted by the Steelers, and seeing his growth was very nice to see.
Yeah.
How he came to being a solid blocker and even a handy wide receiver, or not wide receiver, but a receiver in general.
Yeah.
I can definitely see if he doesn't get stored on the practice squad or if he doesn't get brought back and we do keep 4 tight ends while keeping 6 receivers, I could see him definitely getting a lot of interest.
Yeah, I think Gentry's going to get swept up immediately. Unless the Steelers said, hey, we're going to cut you now, but we'll bring you back, then he might still be on the market because of that reason. But I just have a feeling Gentry's going to get swooped up somewhere.
But what a quiet but capable guy he was, though.
Very, yeah. Yeah, Gentry was fun development to watch. One of the guys we got out of the AB trade with the Raiders. Let's see. Trade the first or a second later round picks for J.C. Horn. It might cost more than that, but can you imagine Horn with his defense? Horn and Porter.
I mean, that'd be interesting.
In fact, how many more years does J.C. Horn have on his contract? Because
I'm gonna take a look.
I don't know
at that.
where he'd find a role nowadays.
He was drafted in 2021, so 1 more year. Or 2 more. 2 more, my bad.
Right.
2 more years. He started 13 games last year.
I know there was trade talks, what was it, last year? So, I mean, it's a possibility. I don't know exactly what the Panthers want out of him. I would imagine it'd be more than like a 4th or a 5th.
Yeah.
I mean, unless, of course, Khan can do that. That'd be astonishing. That'd be a nice little trade for next year. Because otherwise, I don't see where Horn plays on this defense if we do that this year. You know what I mean? Because we have Peterson, JPJ, and Levi Wallace. Now, next year, maybe Wallace walks, and then you could still have Porter and Peterson. Maybe you get Horn next year. Maybe Khan does that. It's possible.
Very possible.
Anything's possible with Omar Khan. That's all I know. That man is a wizard. Trade for Desmond King or Bradley Roby, either would be great. Well, we don't have to trade for them. We could sign them as long as they want to sign with us. So, those would... Regardless, man, I mean, I think we're going to improve somewhere. How would you feel if we pick up Amani or Aurier? I think that'd be good. I always like him out of Penn State.
Yeah, he got cut after, 6 interceptions not too long ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And already getting cut. I mean, there's obviously a reason why he ain't with the team no more. But as a depth piece, I mean, I always liked him coming out of Penn State. I always thought that he was a nice ball hawk, solid, capable cover corner.
He's got good size and ball hawk ability and starting experience. I didn't even know he was cut.
Now he got cut, yeah. I mean, the Lions don't need him. They don't need him because they have...
Well, he got cut by the Giants today.
Oh, he was with the Giants? When the hell did he get...
I don't know.
When the hell did he go with the Giants?
I just searched up by the Giants. Yeah, last I heard he was with the Lions, but I don't know when he was with the Giants.
Okay, well, yeah, he got cut by the Giants today.
There's another one. Yeah, 6'2", 200.
I mean, I'll take him. It's an option.
Yeah,
it's another guy out there.
He had a very good year. What was it? 2020, 2021, 2021, I think.
Didn't he get a pick in that game, actually, when we faced him, when we tied?
Maybe.
I think he did.
I'd rather not remember that game.
I think he did.
I would rather not remember that game.
That was crazy, though.
That game was stupid.
That was ridiculous.
That game was stupid. Get rid of Riley for King? I would not get rid of Riley. Riley has earned his roster.
Yeah, no, Riley is...
I would get rid of Sullivan or Pierre, preferably Pierre.
Yeah, Riley earned his spot. The role that Trey Norwood was supposed to be, Riley completely took that.
Yeah. Yeah, Riley has earned his spot. If there's one guy that's going to be on the chopping block at corner, it's probably going to be Pierre if we sign somebody. I would really like to get one of those free agents, though. Warrior is another name. I'm glad you guys mentioned that. Shout out to the chat for that. That's another name right there. Roby, Desmond King. I mean, who else got cut today?
That's kind of what I want to figure out.
Maybe NFL.com has a full list of
You figure they would, right?
Yeah, you figure they would have like a best of remaining free agents after the cuts. Maybe a roster cut down debrief. That was debrief.
Search it up. You have a laptop there.
How about the Patriots? What are they doing? What are they doing?
Yeah, Mac Jones is the only quarterback on the roster at the moment.
I'll gladly trade I'll gladly get a third or a fourth out of Mitchell Mason if you want one. Truthfully.
They that desperate?
They maybe.
How is Mac safe?
I don't know.
How is Mac safe?
I don't know.
I thought Zapp was, and everybody thought this way. Bailey Zapp was the guy to really push Mac Jones for that role. But he got waived, and so did Malik Cunningham.
Jake Browning claimed the Bengals' backup quarterback job over Trevor Siemian.
Jake. Oh, him?
Who? I don't know. I have no clue. And maybe the Patriots can pick up Nathan Peterman. He was cut.
Or Will Greer. Will Greer's
yeah.
out there, yeah, because after Trey Lance is now a Cowboy, Greer ain't a...
But Greer had a great final Cowboy game. Great final
So that's
game.
probably where he's going, New England. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Okay, this NFL.com, you suck. You can't make an article about what free agents are best available after the 53 cuts. Why is there an article about Damar Hamlin making the Bills' initial 53? Like, no shit. Swear joy. Like, yeah, he's gonna make the 53.
Yeah. He was always.
Think the Bills gonna cut Damar Hamlin after what happened? And Damar Hamlin had, he's a what, their second string safety?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's much of
I know the Panthers released Eric Rowe, but I think he's a full-time safety now.
Really? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they did cut him.
Yeah. And he was never good as a corner anyway. That's another name out there, but he's more of a safety. So speaking of safeties, the Jets they got rid of Trey Dean. Remember him scouting him from Florida?
trading from the Gators.
Yeah, they cut him, and apparently he had a very promising showing in training camp and preseason, but he didn't make the roster.
Yeah.
So, and if I remember, I think the Steelers were really heavily looking at Trey Dean at the pro day.
Oh yeah, they sent Ike Taylor and most of their scouting team to get a closer look at Trey Dean III.
Yeah.
So if they want to put a waiver claim on him, absolutely, I love that.
I wouldn't hit that one
He's
bit.
a quintessential box safety.
Not only that, but a nice special teams guy too.
Yeah.
At least get him to start at special teams.
He may not be the fastest or the most athletic, but he is your prototypical box safety. He's gonna be a fine depth piece somewhere. Guess the Jets are just too stacked there.
I guess so, right? See, as far as cornerbacks go, there's not really anybody else.
Wait. That's what?
What?
The Eagles cut Kayvon Wallace?
Really?
Yeah.
They got rid of Wallace?
Kayvon Wallace from
Clemson.
He was a Clemson guy, yeah.
It was Clemson, yeah.
They cut Kayvon Wallace? Who's their safeties? I thought it was a starter.
Terrell Edmonds and who's the other safety they got? Or did they draft one?
Because
I can't remember.
He's 26 years old. Really? That's surprising.
He should get picked up soon. He should get picked up.
He'll make a fine special teams piece. That's a little surprising to me. Because I found an ESPN article where they're showing us every team's cuts. I'm trying to spot some popular names.
Yeah. I'm saying that the Ravens got rid of Melvin Gordon.
Yeah, Melvin Gordon. Yeah, we knew that wasn't going to last long.
No.
Ravens always do that, Ravens always sign some veteran pieces at literally every single position just to hold them for a year or two.
You know, we mentioned Desmond King and Bradley Roby. I would like them to be additions for the Steelers. But it's always in the Ravens' tendency for them to sign guys like that.
Yeah,
all the time.
Absolutely.
All the time.
They did it with...
So I wouldn't be surprised if either one of them were to become a Raven.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that to happen, but it's a Ravens. It's in their vocabulary.
They've been doing that for how many years now? They did it with Justin Houston recently. They did it with Steven Smith years ago. They did it with Marcus Peters. I mean,
let's sign a capable veteran out there. You know, he'll do good with us. You know, he'll help Lamar Jackson. He's our quarterback.
They're still doing that.
To each his own, Baltimore, I guess.
I guess. Yeah, I'm looking down the chart. I'm not seeing too many noticeable cuts here. I'm still surprised by that Kayvon Wallace one.
Yeah.
Everyone else is just, you know, camp bodies and stuff like that. Kicker Matthew Wright was cut by the Panthers.
Yeah, that was a couple days ago.
Steelers legend. Maybe he'll get a job somewhere.
I'm surprised he actually doesn't have a full-time starting job.
No.
I thought he was solid when he had to fill in for Boz with his groin injury.
That's all I thought the same, yeah.
Yeah, he got the Jaguars their first win for Urban Meyer. It wasn't even in America. It was in London.
Yeah.
Remember that game? That was crazy.
Oh, my God.
That was crazy.
That's some wild stuff right there. Yeah, not much of many big names. Joey Bosa didn't report for some reason. Is that contract related?
Probably. I'm hearing Nick Bosa's kind of having a similar situation.
Really?
Kind of. Or maybe the Niners are trying to get a long-term extension done before week 1, before our matchup.
Right.
But I don't know.
Yeah. See, there you go, young boy. Yeah, OBJ. They just did it with OBJ. They traded for Walquan Smith. They signed him to the most lucrative linebacker contract today for some weird reason.
Yeah. A couple years ago, they signed Marcus Peters. You know,
Yeah.
examples, bro.
Autumn, yes. Trey Norwood did get cut.
Yeah, Norwood is not on the roster.
Yeah.
Could be a practice squad guy. I absolutely see that, but
Yep.
no, not a roster guy, and no surprise there.
Gorillas in the chest. His twins. Great to see y'all, man. They say Darnell Washington impressed Tomlin a lot the past few days. Good luck to Zach Gentry. Yeah. Darnell Washington came in, third-round selection, and took the spot from from Zach Gentry.
Yeah.
For obvious reasons, he's a much better blocker. A little more smooth of an athlete. But, yeah, absolutely. Good luck to Zach Gentry.
Of course.
I mean, again, he might circle back, but you never really know. Steelers are up to something. I feel like they might go and get someone, says Carson Carpenter. Yeah, it just feels that way, right? Like, you just know when that's going to happen. You just sense it. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, there's definitely a sense there.
Because it seems like whenever they make these little moves, right? They make these trades. You're like, okay, what's he got up his sleeve? What's he planning for?
Yeah.
What's he brewing? What soup is he stirring right now? Yeah. Autumn. Darius Rush got cut. Yeah, 5th rounder.
Yep. That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. I would love to put in a waiver claim for him if I'm the Steelers. I wonder how many waiver claims they're going to put in. Or who they're going to try to put waiver claims on. It could be some of the guys they looked at in the draft. Trey Dean, Darius Rush, could be some other rookies.
Yeah.
Could be some guys that were cut. I mean, anything, right? They can hold 16 practice squad spots. So they got guys they're going to look at. There's probably going to be a lot of guys they're going to want to try to bring in and keep a hold of, and guys are going to want to bring back after cutting. So things are going to continue to happen. Chase Winovich got cut.
Yeah, what team was that? Houston?
He went to Houston?
Was it Houston or...
He fell off. Winovich fell off.
Houston?
Yeah, he was with the Texans.
Yeah, he got cut too.
Yeah, they cut him. Wow. Dude, he fell off. From Michigan?
A lot of hype coming out of Michigan.
Yeah.
Him and who was the other pass rusher that the Patriots also had?
Josh Uche?
Yes. Lot of hype coming out.
I think they still got Uche.
They may still have Uche, yeah, but Chase is...
Yeah.
Wasn't he a Brown too at one point? I think I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, he was a Brown. He was traded to the Browns. Did Devin Bush get cut by the Seahawks? I don't know. I wasn't keeping... You figured his name would be thrown around because he was a former first-round pick, but I haven't heard nothing.
I don't know, dude.
Nothing.
It still
I think
says...
he's safe.
They must be that desperate, right?
Bro. Yeah, Devin Bush might be safe. But for how long? For how long, man?
I know there's other linebackers also got waived. There was Deion Jones. He got waived cut by the Panthers.
Wow.
And Jalen Smith, he was with the Saints and he got cut. He didn't make the roster. And if you ask me, I'm taking either one of them over Devin Bush. Even if they are older, I don't care. Devin Bush, we already know.
Those are also two guys that fell off.
Know. Yeah, big time for real.
I mean, wow. Do y'all think the Bucs would be up to trade for one of their defense stars? I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, I would really love Antoine Winfield Jr. Tomlin coached up his dad in Minnesota.
Yeah, he did.
I love that. Make him the strong safety, dude. I would love that. That would be.
Or
incredible.
I know this is probably very unlikely, but not impossible. Knowing Omar Khan, but the Cardinals, they're doing absolutely everything to tank.
Dude, they're getting rid of everything.
They're getting rid of everything and everybody. They are obviously They cut Colt
McCoy to keep Clayton Tune and Josh Dobbs as their only Week 1 options up until Kyler Murray gets off the PUP list, which won't be till at least Week 5.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
And they don't even know who's starting yet. The coach does not know who's starting yet.
Start my boy Dobbs, man. Start my boy Dobbs.
I mean, you figure, right? He's a veteran. The guy can use his feet.
It's Byron Leftwich all over again.
But I mentioned the Cardinals because, one, they're tanking. They're definitely going after Caleb Williams. Murray's not the guy, obviously.
No.
Buda Baker.
Buda Baker. But again, we have to pay him.
I know we have to pay him. That's like the only issue. I mean, and listen, we're not really dying for money at the moment. I think we're reasonable in cap space.
But do you want to have two the highest paid safeties on your team?
That's the only problem. Yeah.
Is it worth it? Absolutely. No questions asked.
I mean, Buda Baker and Minka, that's a dream duo right there.
But do the Steelers want to lock themselves into that? Would they rather have Minka on the long-term deal and keep someone under a team-friendly potential rookie contract?
Yeah. Plus, they just extended Highsmith. They gave him that much money.
Yeah.
Imagine who else, they could be looking to extend down the road.
I mean...
Especially on offense, too.
Exactly. If Kenny works out, you're talking... Now, this isn't for a while. Kenny still has to prove himself. Let's be honest. Kenny still has to prove himself before we even get close to contract extensions. But if he pans out in 2 or 3, maybe 4 years, he's going to get paid if he works out.
Yeah.
Depending on how much he works out, he could get paid. And we got to keep that around. But again, he has to prove himself before we even get close to even talking about all that.
But I'm going to throw this out there. If the Steelers are truly determined. Now, it also depends on how Casey and Neal play at the safety position. Both of them are co-starters. But if they're, really determined, do they pull the trigger? Do they go for Buda Baker?
Who, the Steelers or Cardinals?
Steelers.
Well, yeah, sure.
If they're really determined.
Especially, knock on wood, if there's an injury, yeah. Yeah,
but they may have to do it.
I'm calling Arizona up. But it could happen. It could happen. I'm not going to roll anything out. Yeah, Melvin Gordon fell off too. I mean, that just shows you the running back shelf life, right? I mean, it's
the running backs,
it's too reoccurring. Another former first-round running back that got cut. It's kind of sad, actually.
Hey, he won a Super Bowl, though. He didn't do shit.
No, he didn't.
Swear jar.
We'll love Vita Vea on the line, but that is impossible. Vita Vea would be a complete gap eater in this defense. But we got Benton, so we don't need Vita Vea. But I like your thinking there.
Yeah.
What about Greedy Williams? I was never a fan. Never a fan.
No, never understood the hype of him coming out of LSU.
We always thought he was overrated, severely overrated. And when the Browns are, I'm like, well, go figure. And
the Browns they fall for that trap all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
They did it the next year with Grant Delpit.
Yep.
Get the LSU duo back together. Now Greedy Williams was just cut by
Philly,
yeah.
Yeah, he can't even make Philly. Now, granted, Philly is a stacked team, but
yeah, I mean they kept Eli Ricks, but what does that go to tell you that an undrafted rookie made the roster over a former second rounder?
Exactly.
I mean, I'm just saying. Malik Reed got cut. Well, There's no surprise there.
Oh,
Who
he
did he
did?
go to?
Miami. I remember hearing
Wow.
about that. He went to Miami. Yeah. That don't surprise me. Maybe he goes back to Denver. I have no idea.
Go back to Denver, bro. You sucked last year.
That was a big disappointment.
He sucked last year,
That was a
man.
big. I don't know what he was eating or drinking in Denver that made him a capable depth piece for Von Miller. But when he came here, non-existent.
I don't know what happened.
Non-existent.
I don't know what happened. What y'all opinion on Desmond King? The second may be worth a look. Should absolutely be worth a look. Him and
Definitely at least bring him in for a visit.
Yeah, him and Bradley Roby. I mean, the chat's been talking about it all night. We've been talking about it. I mean, we would love to bring them in. Why not? I think the defense needs it. The corner position needs that versatility. Terrell Austin would have so much fun with that. I think that'd be very, very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, Reed was terrible. He was so non-existent that I actually forgot he was on the team, even though he was starting the games.
Yeah.
He made that 50 look terrible. God, he sucked.
I don't recall
Bro,
one play.
he
I do not recall one
sucked.
play. I don't.
Did Nate Herbig make the cut? Yeah.
Yeah, Nate made it.
Yeah,
both
Nate
her both her big brothers, man.
Yeah, you knew that was going to happen. Nate Herbig came in and took Kevin Dotson and Kendrick Green's jobs. The writing was on the wall when they signed him.
Yeah.
I'm still astonished. How did Khan get picks out of Kevin Dotson and Kendrick Green?
Because they were starters? That's my only guess.
I guess.
That's my only guess.
I guess. Chase Young news is still buzzing. I think it's dead. What y'all think? Yeah, I think it's dead. I don't know if it was ever to be taken seriously. It was always a great thought, but we were always wondering, well, where are they going to put him? You extended Highsmith, especially now.
Yeah.
So where are you going to put him?
Yeah, Herbig's broken out big time. Marcus Golden is still capable with his age. And for his size, he, especially in a 3-4, he would have to be an outside linebacker.
Yeah, obviously.
Now, could he play DN? Sure, but that's for 4-3s.
Yeah, he's a 4-3. He's a 4-3 edge DN.
Yeah.
And a 3-4 is an outside linebacker.
Yeah, so.
Now, we could put him inside, but he's, 265? That's skinny.
For a 3-4, arguably, yeah.
I mean, he might be able to power through, but that's still too skinny for his position. I don't see where Chase Young fits. So I don't believe any of the Chase Young news no more. I
don't know how much it would take for, now considering he was a top 3 pick, and the Commanders declined his 5th-year option due to injuries.
Yeah.
I don't know how much the Steelers would really get rid of. I don't know what team would really trade for Chase Young.
I don't know either.
I really don't.
I think he's just going to run his contract out, and maybe we'll see what team throws a flyer at him. Potentially, we'll see.
Yeah, prove his worth at least. Or maybe have the Commanders, God, still an awful name,
I know.
eat their words, and maybe they pull a, what was the Broncos tackle, Garrett Bowles? Remember they declined?
Yeah.
But then he made them eat their words, and then they gave him that big deal.
Yep.
Something similar.
Anything, hey, as long as he stays healthy, we all know the talent he has. Nate was a steal. Nobody's seen that coming, says Matt Nerdy. Yeah. He was always a guy we thought of only because of that Andy Waddle connection. And Waddle brought in Sayamalu and Nate Herbig, 2 former Eagles. So,
Yeah.
God, man, you love it. You absolutely love it.
That's the genius part, man.
But yeah, I love that we got Nate. Such great versatility. That Eagles connection, I mean, he looked good in camp and preseason. As long as he stays healthy, we have a dependable depth guy.
Big time.
Interiorly. He
Big
can do
time.
everything that we need interiorly. What about Harrison Smith, him and Minka? I mean, a couple years ago, maybe. I just think he's getting up there in age now.
Yeah.
A little too high in age.
Harrison Smith is, what, 32? 33?
One of the two. 34.
Okay, then.
Yeah, he's up there in age.
He can still play. But he's nearing retirement. He is nearing retirement.
Yeah, if he were to sign, he's a 1-year rental. But we already have that in KZ and Neal this year.
Yeah.
Where Reuben Foster at? Yeah, I thought he would have gotten a team to throw something at him after the XFL, but they didn't. They didn't.
Yeah, I've heard nothing about Reuben Foster.
Could you please explain why Trey Norwood got cut? He's a liability at safety. and we have guys that can play over him. We have better slot options. We have KZ and Neal at safety. There was no point for Trey Norwood, unfortunately.
No. Guys stepped up, took his snaps, his reps, and they played better.
Yeah.
Now, I think I heard that Norwood may have suffered some sort of injury that limited it.
Yeah.
What sucks for him, sure. But guys stepped up and played better.
Well,
and did better.
Norwood should have always been a slot option, never a safety.
No.
That was the Steelers' mistake. He was never meant for that position. If they put him primarily as a slot guy, he might have had a great chance at making the roster. But we got guys that can do everything he can, but better.
Of course. So
it's as simple as that. We have better depth now. I thought Green or Dotson were going to get traded last spring. It worked out well for the Steelers. Definitely did. Definitely did. It's still weird he got something out of those two guys. And again, I just think it's him erasing the Steelers' previous mistakes and sending his own. He's writing his own book.
Yeah.
In the front office, you know what I mean? Like he's changing. I don't want to say changing the story. He's just writing his own chapter. That's the sense I'm getting. He's erasing the last paragraph and creating his own chapter.
Yes, he is.
That's what he's doing, and that's what he did with trading Green and Dotson. Can I get a blame Canada sign twins? Yeah, there it is. That's one of the emotes for you STN members.
Yep.
In fact, I think we need 3 more members in order for me to put up a King Khan emote, which we already have it. We already have it made.
Yeah.
If we get 3 more members for the STN, then we can put up a King Khan emote for the chat. I think that's what we need, just 3 more. But shout out to all you STNs, man. Can't thank you guys enough for becoming a member and showing the badge and the emotes in the chat.
Yeah, just the support for us and the channel, man.
Yeah.
It's greatly appreciated.
All you guys, man.
Greatly appreciated.
I mean, it's 11 o'clock over here and still over 150 against watching. You guys are truly unbelievable. I know we say it almost every stream, but I feel like we have to say it every stream because it's amazing, man. It's sincerely grateful from us. Who does George Pickens remind you of?
Himself. If I had to go for a comparison, if I really had to go for a comparison, prime D-Hop. Prime D-Hop.
I can see that.
When D-Hop was younger and just making these acrobatic catches with his big hands and his size and his route running, his 50-50 balls. I mean, prime D-Hop was something special.
Yeah.
That combination. And he had no quarterback.
Obviously, he had no quarterback.
He had no quarterback, but he still made plays. Now, Pickens has a, hopefully, future Hall of Fame quarterback in Kenny Pickett.
He reminds me of, I see what you mean by D-Hop, but when I see him, like, on the field, see, I don't want to say him because that's too high. Who does he remind me of? Because I'm trying to think of his physicality and the way he talks.
Yeah.
The way he acts on the field and how he can back it up. He's just his own character, truthfully. That's the sense I get with Pickens, is he's his own character.
Yeah.
And it's a fun character to watch.
Very fun. Can't deny that.
Yes, Mark, we were surprised that they cut Gentry. We were surprised.
Yeah.
Was that only surprised by Kevin Dotson getting traded, says Autumn. I mean, there were a lot of people that were surprised, but we weren't. We thought the writing was on the wall. We even pitched the idea months ago for the draft season, a couple times. And they ultimately did it this time around. So
Yeah.
Derwin James and Minka would be phenomenal. Not going to lie to you. So now my brother has assigned Matt Canada what? My brother has assigned. Oh, I got to read this. So now my brother has assigned Matt Canada a phone case. Haha. Apparently he said that Matt Canada was a down-to-earth guy. I said, yeah, that's nice. Now he has to use the playbook like in preseason.
Says secret underdog the gamer.
Yeah. I mean, I believe most of these guys are down-to-earth guys. Like Kendrick Green, down-to-earth guy, I can imagine.
Yeah, I don't deny
Dotson,
it.
yeah.
I don't deny it.
Matt Canada, I'm sure, is a down-to-earth
Must be great
guy.
human beings, outside of football.
Yeah.
Must be fucking pleasant folk.
Joy.
Great to have a cold beverage with,
Right, exactly.
But, I mean, comes to football,
I'm
man.
still.
When it comes to football, you gotta play a little consistent.
I'm still. Let me just put it this way. I'll reserve judgment for now when it comes to Matt Canada. For now. Crawford, I love this. Says Omar Khan is our
Tribal chief.
Acknowledge the tribal chief.
There, you happy?
Tell you what, if I go to that show on Friday, I might actually be acknowledging our tribal chief.
Are you sure he's going to be there?
He might not be there. I don't know. He's probably not going to be there.
Certain somebody will be.
His
but
cousin's going to be there.
Well, certain somebody will be, but you can't see him.
I can't see him, but we'll see.
So it's a waste of money, right?
No, it's not a waste of money.
To see the Invisible Man.
Exactly. What game do you guys see being a potential trap game this year? Good question. There's actually a few that definitely speak of Steelers trap, that speak of Tomlin specials, quote unquote.
Well, right away, I see the Houston Texans being one. I really do.
But I think D'Amico Ryans is, changing that team.
Culture.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a man that used to play for that organization.
And plus, it's in Houston. That speaks to a trap game.
Yeah,
I know it's week 4.
NRG Stadium.
It's early to even talk about trap games, but kind of gives off that sense.
It does really depend on how Stroud progresses, how he plays, and just that defense of Houston at the same time.
Can you say the Rams maybe?
It's after the bye, it's possible, but I don't know. After the bye for the Steelers, they always come out hot.
Recently they have.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's possible. That really is.
I can't see the Colts being a trap because we always have their number. I can't see Seattle being a trap because the Seahawks are going to be a good team this year.
I mentioned the Cardinals are tanking, and we play them week 13.
But that's at Acrisure.
Fuck!
I did not say that.
Yes, you did.
Read the shirt, people.
Yes, you... You said Acrisure.
Hines, I'm so sorry. Hines Field, I'm so
That's
sorry.
the first time you ever called it that. That was genuinely funny. That was funny.
I am so disappointed in myself.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. That was funny.
I'm so disappointed
They
in myself.
came out of left field, out of nowhere like an RKO.
I am so disappointed
And your
in myself.
reaction, you went, fuck! Swear jar.
I'm so disappointed in myself. Hines, I'm so sorry. Hines Field. We faced Arizona, the Steelers' graveyard in Hines Field.
But see, take off that damn shirt. You don't deserve it.
Fuck, I got it.
But
I feel
there's a towel right there, man.
I feel
Mr. Rooney is on that.
I feel filthy right now, bro. I did the nasty. No, you don't say that word. I feel like I just cursed. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm in kindergarten cursing in front of the teacher. That's how I feel. God damn it. Swear jar.
But yeah, in all seriousness, although the Cardinals are tanking, though it's at Heinz Field, I can see that being a trap. I can see that game being similar to the Raiders game in 2018. You remember that?
Yeah.
And the Raiders were surely fucking tanking. Swear jar. So I don't know.
But that was in not Arizona. That was in what was then Oakland.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I can't say Arizona is a trap game because it's in
Well, I can't.
Hines.
I'm not going to say the Colts because we always have their number.
I said, yeah, I agree.
I can't say the Colts.
So you could say Rams maybe.
I can see Texans, Rams.
And if the Rams have
If I had to pick a home trap game, it probably would be the Cardinals, although they're obviously tanking.
Yeah. But I would probably go Rams only because if the Rams are as bad as we're projecting them to be, then we can get a high 4th round pick, get a nice day 2 steal that's going to drop into day 3 for some reason.
Yeah.
And I don't think the Rams are going to be that hot this year. Maybe the Packers. Maybe, I know it's in Hines.
That could be coming. It will be week 10.
See,
that could really determine on how
the Packers,
Love plays.
I feel like the Packers this year are the biggest mystery of the entire NFL.
I don't deny it. And it's a lot of eyes are going to be on Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. And he looked good in preseason from what I've seen and I have heard.
Yeah.
He's connecting with Jaden Reed and Christian Watson, Romeo Dubs, Luke Musgrave, guys like that.
Right.
So, the Packers is definitely a team that, because they have guys on defense. They lost some guys, but they still filled.
Let me just say,
some holes there.
I'm not impressed with the Packers roster. Nothing speaks.
I'm
of
more
the
impressed.
Packers.
Depending on how Love plays, I'm more impressed with their offense than their defense. I'll say that.
Well,
I will say that.
It's always been that way.
Always, of course, you're right.
But when I look at this Packers roster, nothing of it speaks of potential division contention. I'm just being honest. And honestly, how's Hackett going to do without A-Rod? That's a mystery.
Not Hackett. That's McFleur.
McFleur. Yeah, same thing.
LaFleur.
Yeah,
I said McFleur.
Hackett's back with A-Rod
with the Jets.
And the Jets, yeah.
The New York Packers.
Yes, I know.
So.
Yeah, I'm thinking of LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur.
So yeah, they are a massive mystery. So yeah, you could be right. Up until then, we don't know what to expect. We don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Do you want to prime Aaron Donald or prime LT Lawrence Taylor? Probably taking LT. Prime LT is arguably the greatest defensive player of all time.
Yeah.
I know Aaron Donald's going to go down as one of the greatest of all time as well, but I don't know, LT was just different, especially in that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know it's just preseason, but man, how proud I am of Kenny and Herbig. We all should be. We all should be incredibly ecstatic and excited for those two.
Yeah.
Those are the two big MVPs of preseason this year for the Steelers. Flawless. Flawless from those two guys. Secret Underdog, the gamer says, just wanted to say that you guys always do a phenomenal job with your streams. It's always nice to come in here and relax while listening to other Steelers fans talk about the team. Well, we appreciate you guys joining us, and thank you for the kind words. That's awesome, man.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
And we appreciate the STM membership from you as well, man. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think the Saints can be better than people think. Yeah, I think the Saints are going to be the division winners. I think that's a lock. Like, if you're going to place any bet on a division winner, those are the safest bets. Because Derek Carr is the only experienced quarterback.
Oh, yeah, clearly.
Derek Carr is the best quarterback in that division. And outside of that, they got
Derek Carr, Bryce Young.
Baker Mayfield.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, Baker Mayfield.
And Desmond Ridder.
Yeah.
They got two young guys.
The Saints.
And a bust, number one overall.
The Saints should be the runaway. You got Carr, Kamara after suspension.
Chris Olave. They got Jamal Williams.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
they got Jamal
touchdown
Williams
machine last year. Yeah,
bro. I mean,
Chris Olave.
Olave is gonna have a breakout year, man.
Michael Thomas, if he can stay healthy for once.
Doubt it.
But I mean, tight end Jawan Johnson. The defense is nice.
They got Jimmy Graham back.
Yeah. Saints should be the surefire runaway with that division. Yeah. No question.
Yeah, they're going to be a playoff team. I don't know if they'll go far, but I think this change of scenery for Derek Carr is going to be good. I always liked Derek Carr. I always thought he was underappreciated. Montravius Adams, James Pierre are our weak spots. We still have 9 million left, says Steve Anders. I agree. They are our weak spots, and I don't think they're safe.
No.
And I know we had 9 million left, so that's nice to play with.
Yeah, that's some space there, yeah.
If we wanted to cut Adams and Pierre, I mean, we don't have to. It's not like we're digging for cap, but if you wanted to cut a guy like Adams, you could save a couple million.
Yeah, you really could.
So, I mean, I agree, though. I think they're going to try to still improve those two positions, but especially corner.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles didn't keep a punter on roster. 7 corners? Good Lord. We kept 2 punters and need a cornerback. So you suggesting a punter for corner trade?
Yeah, I'm going to take a look at their cornerback room just to take a sneak peek. I want to see exactly what they got.
Feel like we do a trade and end up with Eli Ricks from Philly. I think that'd be good. How did he go undrafted?
See, the cornerbacks they got is obviously Slay and Bradbury. They got Mario Goodrich, Josh Joby. I forgot all about him.
Yeah, Avonte
Maddox, Eli Ricks, and Keely Ringo.
They kept Ringo?
Yeah, they kept Ringo. They kept Ringo. They traded up for him.
Man, he's so overrated.
He's raw. That's what he is.
I know he's raw, but he's still overrated.
It's the Bulldogs, bro. They gotta have the Bulldog defense.
You might as well rename them the Pennsylvania Bulldogs at this point because the Steelers and Eagles have taken all their players. I'm surprised Eagles didn't draft Stetson Bennett. At this point.
Would you rather have him or Marcus Mariota?
Him?
Okay, if
Mariota.
you say so.
Oh, you kidding me?
If you say so.
And the one watch party we did with the Eagles, it was Eagles and
Oh
Browns.
yeah, Mariota was ass.
Mariota sucked.
He was awful.
How much potential do y'all think Nick has as an edge rusher? I think he could truly be the starter on this team. If it wasn't for Highsmith, I think he could be a starter.
Arguably, yeah.
Maybe not this year, maybe not immediately, although he's kind of showing that. His size might get in the way of that against some bigger starting tackles. But I think, truthfully, he can be a starter on this team.
But with those big starting tackles, I think he'll find a way with his size to make plays.
Not only his size, but he uses it to his ability, and he has an arsenal of pass rush abilities.
Yes, he does. And he's learning from T.J. Watt.
Yeah,
right under his freaking wing.
And Marcus Golden.
Right under his wing. It's probably the best position that Herbert could ever ask for.
Nick Herbert has a lot of potential.
Unlimited potential.
A lot of potential. Are you taking prime Joe Montana or prime Tom Brady? Oh, wow. Give me, see, Tom Brady is the greatest of all time. But I might take prime Joe.
Well, Real Planet X Hunter here says Montana all day. Montana didn't cheat.
Montana didn't cheat. And he never lost a Super Bowl.
No, he didn't. Undefeated.
Never lost a Super Bowl. He never threw one pick in the Super Bowl. Facts.
See, that's crazy as how it is.
That's facts. Did he win MVP all his Super Bowls?
I don't know.
That might be I'm going to search that. That might be stretching it, but I know he had to at least win a couple.
Well, Jerry Rice had a 1-1, right?
Don't be so sure. Joe Cool himself. 3-time Super Bowl MVP. 3 times.
There you go. Joe Montana.
No way we go into the season with 2 punters. We are trading one. Agreed.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's going to happen soon. If the Steelers trade Mann and cut Mason, that leaves 2 roster spots. They're not cutting Mason.
No.
Why would they cut Mason?
Why would they only have 2 quarterbacks?
Why would they cut Mason? They could if they wanted to, but why would they do that?
Mason don't need to get cut.
No, he doesn't need to get cut. He's going to be in every game inactive because he's the number 3. He's going to sit on the bench all year. At this point, he's here just to fit a roster spot.
Yeah.
That's all he is. The outside linebacker rotation will be key to keep TJ and Highsmith fresh all year, literally all year. And all you guys can attest to what I'm about to say, right? As Steelers fans, we're still going to watch Steelers football and still expect Steelers football, which is down to the wire, hard tacks, never easy, always ugly, right? Typically ugly.
Yeah.
We got to keep our pass rushers fresh because there are going to be a couple games where they're going to come down to 2-minute offense and the defense might have to save us. So the fact we're going to keep those guys fresh is going to be tremendous.
Yeah, because now, and again, we have the depth capable of doing it.
Yeah. Not only do we have the depth capable of doing it, we have the depth capable of still making plays while they're on the sidelines.
Exactly.
That's the most important part. We got guys to keep them fresh and keep them well rested. We got guys to still get to the quarterback, still make plays in the run game.
Yeah.
Omar has done more in one offseason than Colbert did in 20 years. I'm not going to disagree. I'll definitely say this. He is a lot more aggressive than Kevin Colbert ever was. Already, a lot more aggressive. I love it. Who do you think is the greatest linebacker of all time? Well,
could go LT.
Could go LT. Could go Jack Lambert.
Jack Ham. Could go Junior Seau. He's up there.
Derek Brooks. He's up there. There's a lot.
Derek Thomas.
Earl Acker.
Yeah.
Derek Thomas was great too, yeah.
Yeah, Singletary.
Mike Singletary.
Who's the other? Dick Butkus?
Yeah, Dick Butkus. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, it depends what position you're specifically talking about. I mean, I might have to go LT, but Jack Lambert's a close second.
Yeah.
If you're talking edge rusher, you got to go LT. But if you're talking straight inside, I mean, Lambert's up there. He's easily up there.
Yeah.
Ray Lewis, obviously.
Of course. Who
How
can
could you
forget?
Ray Lewis.
Who can forget?
It's 8:25 here in Phoenix, and it's still 105 degrees. I couldn't do that. I was fine with my cool 75-degree weather. I think it was 75 degrees.
Barely.
Felt like 75 degrees. The wind was nice. It was cloudy all day. There was no sun hitting.
Yeah, I'm not.
Nice
I'm not a
breeze.
hot. I'm not a hot weather guy.
Dude, I am all for. I'm all for
cool weather.
fall weather,
Yeah.
hoodie season,
Fall season. Yeah.
spooky season, spooky weather.
I don't know how you guys, Peanut Brooks. I don't know how you guys deal with it
Oh,
down
God.
there.
We're going to the 90s next week.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise. Well, yeah, PA's going to get their last heat wave hit.
That's what that. Well, that yeah.
You know, every year it does this. You should know this. This should be no surprise. This week it's all like, it's very cool. It's mild.
It's
and everything.
giving me sneak peeks of October and fall weather, right? And then we're going right back into mid-July where it's blazing hot.
Yeah.
God, I hate the heat. I actually hate the summer weather. I really hate it. I would much rather prefer the cool weather. I don't know. That's just me. Fall's the best time. What does that say?
The older you get, less you like the heat for.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I can relate to that 100%. That's.
As a kid, as a teenager, you only like summer because you got out of school. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I cared for.
Yeah.
I hated school, as I'm sure everybody did. But
Any-
nowadays,
Hold on. Any underage kids stay in school.
yes,
Sincerely.
seriously.
Trying to set a good precedent here, okay? Twins, y'all got fam all over or just in PA? We got a ton, the majority in PA. We got a couple in the Carolinas.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, that's it. As far as I know.
Yeah.
It's a big family, too.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people.
You have no idea.
You guys
bro.
would be astonished about how many.
Yeah.
Too many, if I'm going to be
Yeah,
real.
the accidents that came about.
Yeah, I know.
Well, us included.
Yeah, I know. But it's we've been streaming for about almost an hour and a half here. It's been a great talking point discussing the Kendrick Green trade and the initial 53 and the possibilities of what we could do with the fact that they kept two punters and who they could bring in and who they could bring back, who they could sign to the practice squad. So we appreciate all you guys for the fun interaction tonight on a late Tuesday night, but we appreciate all you guys for tuning in, man. You guys are truly unbelievable. I know we say it almost every stream, but I don't think we say it enough. So thanks to all you guys for a fun stream, for a fun little discussion. And can't thank you guys enough, man. Drinking Southern Comfort, beer, smoking weed, saying goodbye to Zach Gentry. Cheers. Oh, God. Oh, cheers to that.
Yep.
I mean, Zach Gentry, we hope he finds great success, along with everyone that got cut today and everyone that got traded. And, yes, even Kendrick Green. Sincerely, good luck to him in Houston.
Yep, big time. Big time. Hopefully he does well, just like Dotson does well for the Rams.
Cam Hayward, we'll see you later. And with that being said, I think we'll see you guys later. We're going to get on out of here. It's 11:30 over here on the East Coast, so we appreciate all you guys again. Want to say it one more time. Shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's podcast episode 21 of the Steelers Culture Podcast. And
We're nearing that time, bro.
we are nearing that time. Not only are we nearing close to week one, we're nearing towards the regular season. We're nearing towards when football really counts, when football really matters. September 10th is when we can watch Steelers football all over again. Steelers versus Niners. Heinz Field. I said it right this time. So it's
You are forgiven.
yeah, it's going to be a fun time. But I suppose to close this out, this will be the last time you see us with this background. This will be the last time you see us potentially with this setup. This will be the last time you see us in this room. This will be the last time you see us in this house because we are moving at the end of the week. And it's a little nerve-wracking because it's a first for us personally.
Yes.
And I don't know how anything's going to go. I don't know how everything's going to turn out, specifically for the setup-wise. We have an idea. We have things we're going to do to try to get everything set up as soon as possible. But in terms of how everything's going to look, we have no true idea yet. We have some visual ideas. We have some things we're going to try to execute.
Got some ideas brewing, that's for sure.
But
I don't know if we're ever really going to be able to duplicate this background. I think I can say for both of us that this is probably the best background that
easily.
we have had.
And shout out to you for creating it.
Yes. I did all this, painting the rooms, organizing everything. Even some new added features to the wall. It sucks that just 3 months ago I did this, and now all got to get taken down.
Man.
But it is what it is. Life happens. You just gotta
move onward and upward, and just
adapt and conquer.
Absolutely.
And again, we'll probably never be able to duplicate this, but trust me when I say we will do our dead gum best at providing you guys with a great background and, as always, great content as it pertains to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Absolutely, 100%, man. I couldn't have said it better myself, but we'll definitely try to make the background at the new spot much more awesome. But it's going to be cool because we're going to have a whole studio and everything, so it's going to be real cool. It's going to be real cool. I'm going in with a positive attitude, positive vibes, as I think we're going to get everything executed. If we don't get everything done as fast as we hope, you guys might have to bear with us. If we have to go back to 2016 and just put a blanket on the wall, then so be it. We'll do that. But nonetheless, content will still be coming. Watch parties will still be coming. Nothing's going to hold that back.
No.
So, with that being said, the last time we get to record or stream or make any Steelers content in this house, in this room, it's a little upsetting, but again, you got to move onward and upward. A lot has happened in this seat, in this room, in this area. A lot of memories, a lot of rants, a lot of excitement, a lot of tears, a lot of things broken, a lot of things thrown, a lot of Matt Canada hate, if I'm being real with you. But, we get to share that in another environment. So it's going to be exciting. But with that being said, we appreciate all you guys for all the support. Appreciate you guys for joining us tonight. And next time we see you guys, I can't give you a definitive answer. We don't truly know yet. It all depends how smooth everything goes and if we can get things done as fast as possible. But we will say that next week we will be having our 49ers preview out. So you guys can definitely anticipate that. So we're going to try to get something out. If not, then just bear with us. But next week, you guys can definitely still anticipate the usual stuff to come out as next week starts game day week, the build-up for the 49ers game. So now that this is done, we'll see what the Steelers do. And after that, it's just straight up until the 49ers game in week 1 at Heinz Field. So that's all we can really look forward to. But nonetheless, we're going to get out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your week. Make the remainder of the week a strong one. And see you guys next time, man. Love you guys. Here we go, Steelers.
And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace! There you have it, folks. Appreciate you guys, man. Shout out to all yous.
I'm going to take a quote from our good friend, Renegade 412, when it comes to Kendrick Green. Sayonara.
Sayonara, Kendrick. It's about time. Good luck, but good fucking riddance. Swear jar. Adios, amigo. Adios, senor. Vámonos.
Best of luck. CJ Stroud.
Cam Hayward will see you in week 4. We'll see you week 4.